Josh, bro.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about him.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rookies of the Year. Me and Rob today talk a little bit. We're gonna have a little bit of debates, a little bit of fresh takes as we always have. Preseason, week one, wrapping up. We're gonna talk a little bit of some preseason takeaways and just how the rosters are shaping up. We're going to talk a little bit of QB controversies. Sorry, we're going to put our little top 10 together. We're going to have a tight end top five of all time debate, and then we're going to do the past and present wide receiver arguments today. But let's get right into it. We're going to start off in Foxborough. I think this was the biggest story of all preseason so far. I think it was pretty clear that Treyveon Henderson. I don't know if you guys saw the little short video, but I appreciate all the new subscribers and all the new love that we've been getting posting the shorts. But I was excited about what Treyveon Henderson did right off the rip. That's incredible. Your first touch ever in the NFL, you take it to the house, and he left everybody in the dust, and he made Patriots fans very excited for what to see. So the question is, will Treyveon Henderson take over the RB1 job by the end of the season, Rob? Let me hear it.
This is a tough one because it's probably gonna be, they're gonna split. They're obviously gonna split carries over there. So early in the year, I think it's gonna be a heavy split. It's gonna be more so Ramondre. You're gonna see Treyveon a lot on the special teams and stuff, obviously. And after that first preseason snap, I mean, it wasn't even a snap, it was just a kickoff. First play, this dude brings 100 yards back to the house. You see how explosive he is. And then on top of that, he's a pass catcher as well. He's just so dynamic. So he can do a little bit of everything. So at first, I think it's going to be a heavy split, more so Ramondre. By the end of the season, I think we might see Treyveon getting a little bit more of the carries. But they got a great running back duo there in New England, so that's really going to help Drake May as they try to get this offense rolling.
Yeah, when I think of some of those best Patriot years back in the day, you think LeGarrette Blount, James White, you kind of have like a 1-2 punch. And I think if you don't have like a top five running back, that's what you need. You need to have a tandem backfield that can kind of switch up the pace. You have one guy that can catch out the backfield, and you have one guy that is a bruiser, just getting you 4 or 5 yards a carry. That what's just start your offense out good. But do I think that he'll be RB1? No. I think, like you said, it's going to be a lot of split carries, but I think with certain matchups, and he's going to be out. All we heard was about his pass blocking. That was a big thing coming out of the draft with him. And now we're seeing that this guy could be lining up at wide receiver, kick return, running back, and he's going to be a driving force in this offense. And we have a lot to be excited about with Treyveon Henderson and Drake May for the future. I know you're excited for it, aren't you, Rob?
Of course, bro. I mean, as a diehard Pats fan, you know, um, I've been waiting for this for years. You should have saw this dude Javi the other day at work after um Treyveon's kickoff return. I haven't seen this dude this excited since the Celtics won the finals. Like he
Yeah, we're
was
not supposed to
jumping
be
for
on our
joy.
phone, but I showed my manager the
What is he
highlight
glazing?
just to make sure everybody saw it.
I gotta give it to you though. I mean, the dude can play. We know he's gonna be a star.
Yeah, I was super excited. I really wanted him. Remember, we were there. We were together when the Patriots drafted Trayvon Henderson.
Yeah.
Do you realize that? We were at the Magic game in the
Oh yeah, we
playoffs
were. I
when the
forgot
second round
we
was
were at
going
the
on.
game. Yeah.
And I was like, I want Trayvon Henderson. And then I was like, we got Trayvon Henderson. I'm hyped. So
And I even
this
told you, I was like, yeah, I was like, damn, that's a really good pick. I hated that he went there.
it was
But
written
you
in the
guys got
stars
one.
for us, Rob. Me, you, and Trayvon Henderson, the thruple.
Drake May, Treyveon Henderson, they're building something. I mean,
Yeah, it's something to really be excited about. And Ramondre with the he's getting older, and he's just he takes the blunt of the offense with the I'm sorry, Zandy, but you're wrong on this. and he'll
I
prove
don't,
you wrong.
bro. I'm an Ohio State hater and a Patriots hater, and I still know this guy's gonna be a star. Like, he just has it written all
Even on
over.
the offensive side, I think he had one 10-yard run, and he was had Will Campbell right in front of him, pancaking a blocker, and that was just like a sight to see. Like
And
that was
he had
something.
like an 18. I think he had like an 18-yard carry too. He had like what, three catches.
Yeah,
This guy does everything.
it's the prototypical new age running back. So I'm super excited for this. I might. It's a little bit weird seeing him in the 32 because that was McCourty's number, and that should probably be retired here soon. But we got a new 32 in town, and he's making a name for himself. Sorry, Devin. All right, let's move on to the G-men. I don't really like talking about the Giants too much, but
I wonder why.
from New England to New York, Giants have the new rookie QB, Jaxson Dart. How long do you think they ride with the veteran before they just put the kid in and let him ride? Rob, you freezing on me?
If I'm the Giants, I'm looking. If I'm the Giants, I'm looking to go with Jackson Dart like as early as possible. Unless somehow Russell Wilson comes out and looks like Seattle Russ, and they just start winning a bunch of games. Obviously, if that happens, then you got to stick with Russ. But what are the chances of that happening? Maybe like
Very
less
slim.
than 5%.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if they start even 0-3, 0-4, I'm putting Jackson Dart in right away. I mean, this is a team that's been bad for almost a decade. That you have to go with the youth movement as early as possible. You're just trying to build for the future here,
Yeah, this
especially
is.
with Malik Neighbors. Like, you already have a young superstar wide receiver.
Yeah,
He's going to be a superstar. Neighbors is already like top 10 receiver. So if you can build that chemistry early with Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors, you got to do it.
yeah, I think so too. I think you kind of you signed those two veterans as placeholders, and then you knew you had your guy with what, and it was very clear that Dable wanted Jackson Dart. The fact that he trades back in to go get him. Um, but yeah, you let those guys. They hold it down for the first few weeks. They let Jackson Dart just kind of get accustomed to what it's like playing in the NFL on a week to week basis in the preseason, and then practicing maybe for a few weeks. It's kind of similar to what Drake May and Jacoby Brissett, and this has just kind of been the new blueprint for young quarterbacks that aren't like a top five, top three quarterback going in or that they were drafted in. So you're not really fighting for anything this year. You don't expect as a Giants fan to be in the playoffs. Let's be real. You have one of the hardest schedules. You have one of the worst rosters. There's nothing really to lose here. Throw the kid in
Exactly.
there and let him cook. Let him try to make it work. Let him try to make a few exciting plays that you can be excited about for the next few years. But you don't have to expect him to be great off the rip. But you want him to
And
get his feet wet. Go
if
ahead.
he comes out flat and he doesn't play well at first, then it's better to just get that over with now,
Right.
as opposed to next season when
Hmm.
maybe you do have a better roster and you are trying to win a few more games.
Yeah. But I think you try to build that chemistry with Malik Neighbors, and you got Tyrone Tracy, and you try to build that, and you have a good defense to kind of lean on. So
Yeah, for
even if you
sure.
put up a few points, you might be in a couple competitive games down the stretch, and that's just good. That's that's good building blocks for a rookie quarterback in New York. So they're going to eat him up if he has one big game.
As a Steelers fan, I know all about having a great defense and absolutely zero offense. Just
Yeah.
having a good defense can get you in that 7, 8, 9 win range
Right.
without even having an offense.
And they have one of the best defensive lines in football.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
Burns, Thibodeau, Carter. Who's the other one? Dexter.
Yeah,
That's a crazy four, dude.
yeah, bro. That defense is going to keep them in games.
Yeah.
So hopefully, maybe Jackson Dart can get in there, and we can see how he looks in those late game situations. it'll be a good test for him early, a good little trial run, you know.
Are you a Jaxson Dart fan? Are you? What do you think about him? Truly,
Uh, I'm
do you
not
think
really
he's
a
going to
fan
work
of.
out?
I think he's going to be good. I mean, he's an Ole Miss quarterback, so
Is he
you
going
can
to
kind
be
of
the
assume
the
that at
Giants
some point
quarterback for
he's.
the future? That's what I want to hear. Or is it going to be a Mac Jones situation? They're going to think he's the second coming of Christ, and he's out in 3 years.
I don't think it's a Mac Jones situation. I don't think Jackson Dart. I don't think Jackson Dart is ever gonna. I don't think Jackson Dart is ever gonna be a Super Bowl winning quarterback, honestly. But
Do you see him
I
as
think he's
their
gonna be a
as
good
their
player.
quarterback for the next few years, though?
Yes, yeah,
How many years?
at
Five to
least
10?
at least
Or
for the next 4 to 5 years.
okay, so you're not putting him as the franchise guy for the next 10 years.
Not yet, not yet. I gotta see something first. I like his game though, but I gotta see it translate a little bit at the next level.
I don't think it's going to translate as. I think he's a really good college quarterback. I think he's like in certain schemes he's going to thrive. I don't think in this giant scheme with what he has around him, other than Malik Neighbors, they're really nothing on that offense. So legit, there's literally nothing. You
Yeah.
got Scatabo that's probably going to get some touches this year. Um, but I don't see him being their guy for the next 5 to 10 years. I think he's going to fizzle out pretty quickly, and they're going to be mad that they didn't just wait another year and draft an actual quarterback.
I mean,
I
if you're the
I didn't think
Giants,
Wu Tang. I will say there was I have a Mac Jones jersey that I still need to burn and throw away in the trash. So yeah, I bought the nice one too, the $180 one with the stitches and everything. I thought Mac Jones was the man, and then very quickly realized he was not. Thanks for the reminder, Wu Tang. I gotta throw away that jersey.
balance. He's on the Jaguars, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do the Patriots play the Jags this year?
No.
That would be cool if they played them in Jacksonville. You could wear your Mac Jones jersey to the
I
game.
wouldn't. I don't ever want to be seen in a Jones jersey ever again.
I know, but it would just be funny, bro. If you go to the Patriots Jags in Jacksonville, you sit on the Jacksonville sideline, first couple rows with your Mac Jones jersey on, and you ask your favorite quarterback for an autograph.
Should I act like I'm like a fanboy of Mac Jones? Like
Yeah.
his biggest fan?
Mac, Mac, Mac.
That'll never happen. Ever. I'm a Drake mate. Sexual now. Sorry. Let's move on to over in Minnesota, the Vikings. That's another young quarterback. I kind of see him in the similar situation as Jackson Dart, but obviously with a be, way less good of a roster is JJ McCarthy. Do you think he's going to lead this team into playoff contention right off the bat in year one?
No, I don't think the Vikings are going to be a playoff team. I think there's going to be a little bit of slippage. I do think he's a really good quarterback, though. Well, I don't know if he's a really good quarterback, but I think he's going to be good, and he has a really good offense around him. So he's not going to have to be like Superman or anything. I think we talked about this a little bit last week. He can kind of go in there, and it'll be like a Brock Purdy situation. Obviously, you got Justin Jefferson, who's a number two wide receiver in the NFL at worst. And then you have Jordan Addison as well. And then they got a few other guys. Addison, by the way, is going to be suspended for the first couple weeks. But after
How
the
many
first
weeks?
3 weeks,
3 weeks
three games. Yeah, he's
for
out three
PEDs, right?
games. Yeah. Gene, Vikings have a bit of a down year. The rest of the division is really tough. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. They're not going to be better than the Lions. They're not going to be better than the Packers. And the Bears are going to be, I think, a lot better than they were last year.
I
So
think
the
I'm
Vikings,
I'm I'm higher on the Vikings than you and Gene because that Kevin O'Connell, what I saw him do with Sam Darnold, who was basically out of the league, what I saw him do with Sam Darnold last year and make them a competent football team and one of the best football teams in the whole entire league.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not going to put it past him to be able to put JJ McCarthy, who's been in a good system in Michigan. Obviously, he was there to see how the system worked last year. He was in that quarterback room, even though he was hurt. He's still kind of. It's not like he's a first time. I mean, it's the first time he's playing, but it's not the first time he's seeing these plays. So I think he might be a little bit more advanced than people think for his first year in the NFL. But I think playing in a dome, playing with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, and Aaron Jones in your backfield kind of helps. So they're not asking him to do too much. So I think that really takes the pressure off of him.
For sure. That's a great point. And they won what, 14 games last year? So
Yeah,
even if they win 10 games, that's quite a bit of a dip. And if you win 10 games, you're probably getting into the postseason. Let's run through the NFC right quick. The Eagles probably going to win that division. Then you have the Cowboys and the Commanders. You think the Vikings finish ahead of both of those teams?
they they do.
And then in their own division, you have the Vikings and the Packers. I mean
Their
the Lions, the Vikings, and the Packers.
Lions are number one. I think it's not that far off between the Packers and the Vikings.
And then the NFC South,
I
you have the
probably like the
Bucks.
Vikings over the Packers this year, honestly.
I think I'm gonna lean Packers. I think I'm gonna lean Packers just because of the unknown with the Vikings QB situation.
I think Jordan
Although I
Love's
wouldn't,
still an unknown.
that's also true. But he's gonna have. I think he has more help than he did last year, and I'm expecting a much better year from Jordan Love than he put up last year. I think the Vikings will be fighting for that 7 spot. I don't think they're going to be ahead of the Commanders. They could very well be ahead of the Cowboys. And then the NFC South, I don't think they're going to have any wild card contenders. It's just going to be the Bucks are going to win the division. I don't
The
think those
Falcons
other
are going to
three
be
teams are that good.
the Falcons are going to be up there.
The Falcons are probably going to be like an 8-win team, but I don't think they're going to get in there. And then the NFC West, you have the Rams are probably the best team in that division, and
Yeah,
then
they
the
probably come out
Seahawks and the Niners, because I don't
as
think the Cardinals are doing anything.
I still don't know what to expect from this 49ers team this year
Exactly.
because they very well could take the league by storm and be 13 and 4 and be one of the best teams in the NFC, and I could also see them going 9-8. Like their floor and their ceiling is it's like such a big gap. I don't know what to expect from that team this year.
Yeah.
McCaffrey's
I
probably
was
the biggest question mark. I think Purdy is locked in, but I don't know what to expect from them.
I was gonna say pretty much the same thing. Like the Niners, they could win 12 games. I wouldn't be surprised. They could win 6 or 7 games, and I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Hmm.
They just got a lot going on there, and they're always injured.
But I think JJ and the Vikings make a playoff spot this year.
They're definitely going to be in the running. I think they could slip into that 6 or 7 spot for sure.
You play eight
They just
games
have
in that
so
beautiful
much
ass dome.
offensive talent.
Like as a rookie receiver, you play 8 games in the dome. He's going to be putting up numbers. Like it's not like I mean, he's going to play a couple games in the snow, but he's going to play at Detroit in a dome. He's going to have 8 home games in a dome. Like that helps as a rookie quarterback. Not going to be like Jordan Love out in the cold in Lambeau. No,
Yeah,
I'm not big on the Packers this year. I'm sorry. I think Josh Jacobs is the best player on that team very clearly, but I'm not sold on them. Their defense is suspect. Their quarterback is
I
also
would
suspect.
I would definitely be surprised if the Lions don't win that division. They should definitely win that division. And if they don't, then their season was a massive failure.
That would be such a big fall off from last year probably being one of the top two Super Bowl contenders to not winning your division this year if both your coordinators leave and you drop off like that. That would be a terrible fall off because the league was they were pushing those lines. They were on almost every primetime game last year. Super exciting team to watch because of their fun offense and Ben Johnson with all the trick plays and Jameer Gibbs being one of the best players in all of football. But yeah, you're right, Adam. And I think Adam they underachieved because of Christian McCaffrey, the looming injury all year.
Brandon
So
Ayuk.
yeah,
Ayuk was injured too, almost the whole year.
but at the
So
beginning of the year, you saw them be dominant, even with Jordan Mason. Like the first 6 weeks, they were a good team last year.
yeah, for sure.
So that's what we were saying. The ceiling and the floor is just way too big of a gap for that team. I don't know what to expect. Um, yeah, their defense is really good, but I believe in Brock Purdy and Shanahan to cook up on offense. And they
I
have
mean, for me, it's surely just if they're going to be healthy or not. And
yeah.
with the guys that they have, it's kind of hard to predict, honestly, especially McCaffrey, because he's such a big part of the offense in the running and the passing game.
With McCaffrey, he's just so dynamic, like you're saying, that he does so much. It's hard for you to not to put him out there if he's not 100% because you need him to pause, carry the whole load, take the whole load, and take this offense to the next level. Sorry,
For sure. He's
he's what
definitely
opens them
like
up.
he's definitely the most important player on that team. Ayuk
He's
is still when is Ayuk coming back?
when did he get hurt? Late last year, middle of the year, middle to late last year, or early?
I thought it was early to mid season.
I think
I
you're
don't
right.
think he played that many games.
No, I think you're right. He'll probably. Yeah, Gene. I'm sure you believed in Aaron Rodgers as well, and then you got 4 plays of that, and how'd that work out?
And now he's the biggest Aaron Rodgers hater on the planet.
I at least saw Mac Jones go to Buffalo in a playoff game and get his ass whooped. I at least got to see
Yeah.
that.
When's the last time the Jets made the playoffs? I was like 7, maybe
And
8.
and Mac Jones grittied in a Pro Bowl. Yeah, tell me which quarterback. Tell me which Jets quarterback did that, Gene. Nobody, no Jets quarterback grittied in a Pro Bowl.
He says he's coming back never really.
Let's talk about bounce backs and busts. Pause. Let's not talk too much about busting or bust, all of that. Let's
We can
talk
talk
about
about
bounce
it
off. We'll
on.
talk about it off air, Rob.
Okay. I'm
Bounce
ready.
back quarterback, bounce back wide receivers, sophomore wide receivers. These guys, all first round guys, all kind of just were duds last year. Didn't really have too big of flashes. That's Rome Odunze, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Keon Coleman. Two of these guys are top 10 picks. Keon's a late first round pick. And I'm not too sold on these guys, but I want to see who you think is going to have the better bounce back season.
I think it's going to be Rome. He had a kind of solid rookie season, 54 catches, a little over 700 yards. He only caught 3 touchdowns, though. Um, Obviously, Caleb Williams coming into a second season. The Bears really retooled that offensive line, which is going to do wonders for their passing game.
Yep.
So,
Keenan
yeah.
leaves.
Huh?
Keenan Allen left, so that's going to open up some targets.
Yeah, Keenan Allen leaves. I think Rome is going to have a big year. Semi big year. I think he's going to go over 1,000 yards. He should score at least 8 to 9 touchdowns, hopefully. And if he does that, that would be a really solid bounce back from where he was at last year. And
Yeah,
then
last year I
Marvin,
feel like you got some flashes late in the year of Rome.
yeah, and Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's going to be a good receiver in the NFL. I'm not really sold on Kyler Murray and that's kind of why I didn't pick him. I have more faith in Caleb Williams at this point than I do in Kyler Murray.
Might have had the worst highlight or low light of the whole preseason week one. Did you see that throw?
Yeah, bro, it was awful. It looked like he was like just giving him the ball.
It looked like a middle schooler was playing in the NFL and couldn't throw it 10 yards and
It
threw it
looked like
right
he
to him.
did. Honestly, it looked like it just slipped out of his hand.
It was
Like he didn't
awful.
mean to throw it. Like I didn't. I don't know what was going on. Maybe he didn't prep for the game. He was playing too much Call of Duty. I don't know what was happening, but he wasn't ready to play. But this is what
He
we
was
got the preseason for.
he was playing baseball.
Hopefully, maybe he should go back to baseball. It's not working out in the NFL the last couple of years, which really sucks because Kyler Murray came out like his first year in the league. He was like really good, and then obviously the injury happened. He came back, and he hasn't really found that touch since then. But that's kind of why I'm not too high on Marvin Harrison Jr. And also he had over 60 catches last year. He had almost 900 yards. So even if he gets up to like 1,000 yards, that's not really that much of a leap from where he was at last year. And then Keon Coleman, I do think he can have a big year, especially he clearly has the best quarterback out of these three guys with Josh Allen. So if they build some chemistry there, he could have a big year for sure. Because Josh Allen can make anyone look good.
I think out of the three, I think I would bet Keon because of his quarterback situation, like you're saying,
Yeah.
to have the best. But let's Star Spangled Awesome. This is a crazy, crazy, crazy take right here. Top five
Rome
wide
Odunze.
receiver. Do you know how good the top five wide receivers are in the league? Roman Duze
That's what
is
I'm
not
thinking
there.
about right now. Like, it's not that I don't think Rome can be good, because obviously I do after everything I just said. But to be in the top five,
His ceiling is top 15. His ceiling, like him at his best, is top 15. There's no way this guy's going to be a top five receiver. Come on, Star. I appreciate the love and you hopping in here, but that's a crazy take, dude. Caleb Williams, probably not even looking his way. He's got DJ Moore. Sorry. All right, let's get back to this take because he
I
just threw
do
me
I
off.
do think Rome I do think Rome is going to have a really big future. Future top five is insane. Like I wouldn't even be surprised if Rome has a better year than DJ Moore. Future top five,
This is
that's just
insane.
nuts.
But I think that offense, I trust the Bills' offense more than any of these other offenses. That's very easy. Like I don't even
100%.
have to think about it. And
That goes
then
without saying.
the thing that I hate is seeing Marvin Harrison not pan out and not have a good quarterback right now. Because I he probably lost me 3 fantasy leagues last year because I drafted him in the second round in almost every single fucking league. So I was so disappointed. My ex girlfriend had me running her fantasy team, and I picked Marvin Harrison. And she probably thought I was trying to get back at her by picking Marvin Harrison. It's fucked up, dude. This is terrible stuff. It kind of really let me down here.
Yeah,
But
you're never getting that back.
don't
She's
ask
not
that.
calling
Don't say that, buddy.
him back.
More off air talk. But I think Rome has probably the best, has more upside than Marvin Harrison this year. So I would probably go Keon, Rome, and then Marvin on the guys that I would bank on having the best bounce back this year. And that's because Rome is going to have a really flashy offense with Ben Johnson. You saw what he did for number two wide receiver in Jamison Williams. That guy turned into a stud. I mean, he was already good, but you really saw how Ben Johnson used him in different ways last year. So I'm excited about that. But Marvin Harrison, he needs to shake that off. He was supposed to be one of the most generational talents. We saw what he did at Ohio State, and that guy
Yeah,
just needs
man,
a real quarterback.
he's one of the top wide receiver prospects ever.
Ever.
Hopefully it pans out. But I mean, if we go long term, I would take Marvin Harrison over. over Rome
If we're
and Keon.
talking just like their whole career.
Yeah, if we're talking big picture long term. But bounce back next season, I'm going Rome, Keon, MHJ.
Arizona used to be a good football team. You remember those days?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, honestly.
It wasn't.
This is only like not even 10 years ago. They were consistently good every year, winning 11, 12 games, getting into the playoffs.
I think once Bruce Arians left, it kind of went downhill after that.
Who did they made it to an NFC championship game? Who did they lose to in that NFC championship? Was it the Falcons? Was it that year? Or was it the Panthers?
Was it
Or maybe
Seattle?
I'm or maybe I'm just tripping.
Because they had that
No, Air
one.
it definitely wasn't Seattle. Because I
By the
remember
way,
Seattle beat San Fran and Green Bay in back-to-back NFC championships.
it doesn't feel real that it was 10 years. 10 years ago, the Patriots and the freaking Seahawks Super Bowl was 10 years ago, bro.
Yeah. Pete Carroll gifted you guys a ring.
I'm actually drinking out of that Super Bowl cup right now. I
He's
did not go
drinking
to
out
that
of a
Super Bowl though. Somebody has a cup in my house
he's drinking out of the Super Bowl cup wearing the Celtics championship hat.
with the
You gotta love
banners in the back. It's just like it's good being a Boston fan, bro. It's nice.
fucking Red Sox are ahead of the Yankees now.
You're right. You are right. I just want to let you know they lost to the Carolina Panthers in an
Lost to
NFC
Carolina.
Championship game.
I knew they made it to an NFC championship because that was
Crazy
the year
pull.
they beat the Packers, right?
Yep.
That was the same game that Aaron Rodgers had those crazy Hail Marys.
I thought
Bro, I
Larry
remember
Fitz
that.
was going to take it.
Bro, I think I was at Dave and Buster's when that game was happening.
How
I
old were
remember
you?
because, like, I don't even remember, bro. Probably like 13. What was that? 20.
That was
Uh,
2016.
yeah, so I was 13, about to be 14. We're talking 9, 10 years ago.
The
I
kids will
remember it,
never
though.
know how good 2016 was.
Yeah, bro.
Prime Snapchat, prime NFL, prime Instagram, all the shit. 2016 was live. SoundCloud era.
Cannot believe it's insane that the Packers ended up losing that game after those insane plays from Aaron Rodgers. Like this dude had he had like two 60-yard bombs.
Who's the one who caught the pass in the end zone? Janice, right? Was that his name?
Yeah, I think it was Janis.
Like, who the hell is that?
And and Aaron Rodgers target, a guy that you would
Exactly.
never have heard of if it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers.
All right, let's move on. We're kind of getting off topic there. So, Eagles, I think they have a good chance of repeating this year. We're going to talk a little bit of quarterbacks, but we're going to start with Jalen Hurts because I think he's the biggest. Like, nobody can ever agree on if Jalen Hurts is a top five quarterback or if he's a top 10 quarterback. You know what I mean? Some people want to say, you just won a Super Bowl, you just had a dominant run. I mean, might have been carried by Saquon a little bit, but to me, I think he's in that. I mean, I think he's top five. You go out,
I
you win a
agree.
Super Bowl, huh?
I agree. I agree. And even before the Super Bowl, I had him top five. I had him at fifth.
Yeah.
Because
So
even before he had Saquon, he brought that team to the Super Bowl, and he had one of the best Super Bowl performances ever. Yes, they lost, but it's not his fault that the defense gave up 38 points. He did his job. He put up 35 points. He put on an absolute clinic.
yep.
They just didn't win.
So what do you think? Do you think he's a big driving force in this Eagles success, or is it more about their stacked roster? That's the question.
I think it's more about the stacked roster because they have the stacked roster. If they didn't have the stacked roster, I think Jalen Hurts would be putting up way bigger numbers and they would still be winning. Think of it like Jason Tatum. in 2024. This dude
Mm-hmm.
got no credit, even though he was the driving force behind the championship run.
Yep.
We all know he's a top five player. Yet they win a championship and he gets zero credit for it. That's basically Jalen Hurts right now.
Yeah. I mean, he was battling injuries. Like, this guy's putting his body out there on the line every tush push. You got to give him some sort of credit. I think it's kind of hard for people to just dismiss all the shit that Jalen Hurts does for this team. You kind of have to have a spy every time he drops back because he might take it 15 yards running if you're playing man coverage on him. I just think people just hate on this guy because he doesn't show any emotions in his press conferences, and he's just so nonchalant, light skin, has such a great life, and people want to
He
hate on
aura
that.
farming. I don't even think he tries. He just farms aura like automatically.
He just wears Jordans in every game, like he just living the life, dude. Like people hate on that when you're living the life like that. I'm sure he doesn't even like living in Philly, but he just makes it happen. Nobody
Probably
likes living
doesn't.
in Philly.
Does anyone? Yeah,
No.
I was gonna say that. I don't think anybody actually likes living there. But
I think I think he is a driving force in this Eagles' success. I think that's simple. Yes, those
I,
bomb.
right now, it's like Jalen Hurts 1A, Saquon 1B kind of thing. Like if you take away either of those guys, I think there would be a noticeable difference.
Yeah,
But I think if you take away Hurts, it would be a more noticeable difference, if that makes sense, depending on who you replace him with.
but is Hurts good because he has Devontae Smith and AJ Brown?
No, he's good because he's just a good quarterback.
I
He has a
think
good
he.
arm. He has a good arm. He can run. He makes good decisions, and he makes winning plays when they need to be made. Yeah, his numbers aren't flashy, but he does what the team needs him to do. And when
I
he
think
needs
if
to
you
put up
gave
the
me
numbers,
AJ Brown and Devontae Smith and that O line and Saquon, I think I'm putting up a ring too. The more I think
we
about it,
bro, we know you don't have an arm.
bro, I'm throwing 60. I just want to put that on the pod right now.
Not throwing 60, bro.
We'll put it. We'll put the short out. That's fine.
You're
Don't
throwing
worry about
60
it.
with a peewee ball.
Nope. Nope. College size.
Y'all
60.
look out for the YouTube shorts, TikTok and Instagram too. You're gonna see Javi throwing a 20-yard pass soon and claiming it as a 60-yard pass.
I'll throw a 60-yarder. I'll lock you up and I'll dust you. And it's just a three-way. I'll just kill it. I'll just destroy you, bro. I'm sorry. You can't guard me. I'll
You can
lock
do
you
all
up.
of that, bro.
Yes.
Bro, what sport are we even talking about
Football.
now? Okay. I mean, I thought you were transitioning to basketball a little bit there. But if you're
We could
that
do
good,
basketball too.
bro, if you're that good, you need to talk to this guy, Omar Khan. If you're as talented as you're saying you are, then shit, you could come play for my team, bro.
Rob's trying to start the pyramid scheme for the Pittsburgh Steelers and try to get all the guys off the street. it's that's how bad the Steelers roster is right now.
We're gonna be better than the Pats, bro.
No, you're not. All right. Top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL, quarterback rankings, always guaranteed to just like fire up the fans. I want to hear our top 10. I want to put this together and see where we agree and where we disagree. So, I think the first four are pretty easy. I want
Are
to
we starting at 10 or 1? We should start at 10.
Okay. But I think the first those bottom four are already like kind of made up.
Well, the
But
first four, I mean, if anybody has a different four, then like they just don't know football. Like it's
all
a
right,
consensus top four.
let's stop. Let's start at 10. You
All
do
right.
your 10 and I'll do my 10.
Number 10, I got Baker Mayfield out of Tampa.
Okay.
I was
What's
I
your
was I
rationale?
was I was considering putting him a little bit higher, but I got him there at number 10. He had a big year last year. He's probably gonna have another big year this year. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Gonna be watching a lot of Buccaneers football
Yep.
over there in Raymond James Stadium, so I'm excited for that. Number 9, give me Jared Goff.
Wait, you didn't let me do my number 10. We're gonna go back and
We're
forth,
gonna
back and
alternate.
back
Oh,
and
this is
yeah, yeah.
perfect. This is perfect.
All right, my number 10. I'm going with the old man, Matthew Stafford. I think he still has one of the best arms in the NFL. Made it to a playoff game, gave the Eagles hell last year. I wouldn't say hell, but made their buttholes pucker a little bit. They
No, I
were
mean I would say he gave him help. Like, bro, after they connected on that pass and got down to like the 20 or 30, I honestly thought they were gonna win the game. Like, if it
yeah.
wasn't for that Jalen Carter sack to push them like 10 yards back, they probably would have won that game.
Yeah.
And they
And
were
you
the
know that
only
guy's
team
got a
to really
ring.
give him trouble.
He's got championship pedigree. I think you just got to give him his respect. He's still a top 10 quarterback in the league, which is crazy. He's been in there. He's been in the league for years. I mean, it might be like year 16, 17 for Matt Stafford.
And he's been a top 10 quarterback for pretty much all 17 of those seasons.
Exactly. So, all right, do your number 9.
Number 9, give me Jared Goff, the
We can
Detroit
agree on
Lion,
this. That's also my number 9.
former Los Angeles Ram. Oh, wow. Same guy, number 9, Jared Goff.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Like, honestly, I would have put him higher, but after that abysmal playoff performance,
Yep.
like he doesn't deserve to be any higher than that at this moment in time. Like, you have a perfect roster. You have the best team, at least the second best roster in the NFC, and you lose at home to a rookie quarterback. And he threw what, 4 interceptions in that game?
Yep.
Like, he's not living down that performance. If he never wins a ring, he's gonna look back at that game as like the low light of his career.
I mean, he has probably the best running back duo in the NFL with David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs. That kind of
Yeah,
opens
for
up.
sure.
And then you have Amon Ra, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta. How could you not be a top 10 quarterback in the league with that lineup out there? So
All he had to do was not turn the ball over, and then he did that 4 times.
he's probably one of the best play action quarterbacks in the whole league. That's where I think they really thrive is everybody loads up on trying to stop the run, and you have Jameson Williams just one on one out there in the open field. So just throw it up and give him a chance, and he's going to go get it. So I think that's what really makes that team so like fun is how explosive they are and how many big chunk plays they get, and a lot of them is off play action. All right, let's go to number 8. Give me your number 8.
For 8, I got Justin Herbert. Now
Okay,
this one's kind
okay.
of I was considering putting him anywhere between 6 and 8. I'm landing him at number 8. He could be in the top 5 by the end of the year, because this dude's loaded with talent. He got
He
Keenan
is.
Allen back, and Keenan Allen's not even going to be their number one receiver because Lad McConkey is just an absolute beast. We saw what he did last year. I'm not too sure about their running back room, but Justin Herbert's oozing with talent. He got the receivers. Jim Harbaugh's turning this team around. He's coming. Justin Herbert's coming. Pause.
My 8 is your 10. I have Baker Mayfield at number 8. I think he's just kind of
That's
like
reasonable.
I think he just resurrected his career in Tampa, and I think he's gonna have a really good year this year with McMillan and freaking Egbuka as like his 3 and 4 receiver this year, and you have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Everybody's gonna eat on that offense, bro. Like he's a stud. I'm interested to also see how he does without Liam Cohen, but Baker has just made himself a staple in the league. The people were writing him off years ago, when he was in Cleveland, and it's really exciting to see him just revamp his career with in Tampa, and now he's their franchise guy, and Tampa has a different feel to it. They win the NFC South for the last 4 years, and two of those is Baker Mayfield. So you got to give him his credit at some point.
And it doesn't look like that's slowing down anytime soon. They're probably going to win this year.
Yeah.
Can't really say for next year because anything could happen. There could be a lot of roster turnover, but I wouldn't be surprised if they win it another 4 years in a row. Because Baker's only 30 years old, which
Hmm.
is relatively young for a quarterback. He's going to be around for quite a bit longer.
And he eats up that Tampa lifestyle. Like he's like he's made for Tampa. So
And like you said, Mike Evans is getting older, and now they got Emeka Egbuka. Chris Godwin is still pretty sure Chris Godwin is still really young. Like he can't be that old.
he's like 28, 29.
Okay, so he's getting up there. How old is Mike Evans now? I know he's in his 30s.
Um, Mike Evans is only 31.
31. He's younger than I thought. So
So
yeah, you got
Godwin's
Mike
probably
Evans.
younger than that.
Yeah. So you got Evans,
Godwin's 29. Sorry.
29. I thought
Hmm.
there was a bigger gap between those two.
I
But
thought so
anyways, you
too.
got Evans, you got Godwin, and now you got Emeka Egbuka, who's probably going to be a really good receiver in the league. Like this guy's, he's going to have weapons for at least the next 5 years.
All right, go to your number 7.
Number 7, I got the reigning rookie of the year, Jaden Daniels. He had a monster rookie season. He was able to win 2 playoff games in Washington. He got his team to the NFC Championship. Obviously, they got absolutely annihilated by the Eagles. But you got to give him credit for what he did last year. Nobody expected that team to make it that far. And he was head and shoulders like above everybody else on that team, like as the reason why they got there.
I have him at 7 too, but I think we have him dangerously high for how young he is. Like I feel
Yeah.
like we're getting a little CJ Stroudish from the year before where like obviously they have a great rookie year and it might have been a little fluky like in some moments, but you also saw this guy eat against terrible teams last year. So I have him at 7, but I'm hesitant on if he makes a leap or if he stays at this 7 spot. I think next year we might be talking about him outside the top 10, but I think if if what last year is going to if what happened last year is like any preview to what's going to happen this year, then Jaden Daniels, yes, he's deservingly of being a top 10 quarterback in this league. But I'm hesitant. I'm putting him here
Fact,
because he had a great year, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen again.
the fact that he was able to continue doing it in the playoffs and was able to win a couple of playoff games is the reason why I feel more comfortable
Yep.
that he can sustain this going into next year.
Yep. Because there's
Because like
guys that go their whole
he did
career
it on the
without
big
winning playoff
stage.
games, and he won
Yeah.
2.
So it feels a little bit more sustainable. But like you said, he could be out of the top 10 next year, or he could be in the top 5 next year.
Right.
But we'll see.
I think he's such a great talent, though. The fact that he can run, he's super like off the cuff with a lot of plays, but he's also so dialed in with, I think, just schemes and reading the defense. I think that's what he does like at an exceptional level is putting his team in the best position. Like beginning of the play, he's already reading. He's getting his guys in the right spots. He's getting the offensive line in the right protection. So I think that's what he does, and he doesn't even have that crazy of a roster. So I think that's one of the things to be excited about with Jaden Daniel is you put him, Debo, and hopefully Scary Terry's still there, and they might have another fun year this year.
It's really the big elephant in the room here is just the whole Terry McLaurin situation.
Hmm.
Because if Terry's not there, then you could probably expect some slippage from Jaden Daniels. He needs his number one receiver there. Because we
I
talked
agree.
about this last week. Debo Samuel is not a number one receiver. He's just not.
But Jaden was like so poised last year and so many big moments, so many like games that I think he's bound to have a great career. I'm just like I don't want to get too ahead of schedule
Yeah.
and just expect him to be one of the greats right off the rip, but maybe that's just me, but I think he's going to have a great career for sure.
Even if he has a little bit of a fall off this upcoming season, I still expect him to do great next season.
Still, if you're a Commanders fan, you're like, oh my God, this is the second coming of Christ, and this is my franchise quarterback for the next 15 years. You
They
know
haven't
that
felt
off
this
rip.
they haven't felt this since RG3. But we know how that worked out, so
Yeah, that makes things a little nerve wracking for those Commanders fans.
yeah. We just
All
gotta
right,
hope Jaden Daniels can stay healthy.
but I'm excited. I think he's. I wanted the Patriots to get him last year, and up until like the last month, it sounded like the Commanders wanted Drake May, and then at the end they were like, "Yeah, no, this is going to be Jaden Daniels all day long," and I was like, "Fuck," because I really wanted me some Jaden Daniels. Um, I just thought he looked so like ready for the moment, and he makes the right decision almost every time. So, all right, number 6.
My six is I think it was year 10, Matthew Stafford.
Wow,
I'm going with the old guy Matthew Stafford all the way up at number six.
you're giving him a respect, dude.
A lot of love, a lot of respect. I think he still has it.
Okay, that's it. Short,
That's it.
concise.
That's it. Matt
My number
Stafford. I mean,
my
you don't
number
even got to say
6.
much about him.
I don't know where you had Justin Herbert, but where'd you have Herbert?
I had him at 8, but I said anywhere between 6 and 8 was reasonable for him.
I have him at 6.
That's fair.
I think he's the most prototypical quarterback probably in the league, I think, other than Joe Burrow. But the arm talent that this guy has to be able to put the ball wherever he wants, whenever he wants, can run the ball, literally does everything for this freaking team. I think if you put him in some of these other guys' situations with what they have around them, Herbert would be easily a top 3 quarterback in the league. But this guy has made his mark. He's been very consistent, very like head on his shoulders, ready to be that franchise guy for the Chargers. So I don't think the Chargers fans are ever worried about the quarterback position when they have Justin Herbert out there. So I think they have a probably this. I think 6 is a safe spot for him, but he could crack that top 5 with like a good playoff run.
Easily. Because if he puts it all together, he's up there with, I think, the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah,
We're just waiting for him to put it all together.
right.
And it's going to happen eventually. He's
All
too
right, so
good for it to not happen.
I think we both have the same guy at 5,
Jalen
Jalen
Hurts,
Hurts. Yep.
we already kind of talked about that. So Jalen Hurts at 5. Number 4,
Joe Burrow.
this is where it gets real dicey, man. Because these top 4, I feel like they're all interchangeable. But I also have Joe Burrow at number 4.
Okay. Number 3, Josh Allen.
Number 3, Josh Allen.
I could read your mind, buddy. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes.
I went Lamar at number 2.
Nah.
I went Lamar at number 2. And then obviously, number 1, Aaron Rodgers. No, man.
No. He got my ass.
Obviously, number 1, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, you don't got to say much about that. 3-time Super Bowl MVP, 2-time regular season MVP. He's had a lot of slippage the last couple regular seasons, but we've seen it time and time again. Every time the playoffs come around, this guy wins.
Yep.
He wins. He finds ways to win. He does it with his legs. He does it with his arm. He just has complete command of the offense. Obviously, a lot of that has to do with Andy Reid. A lot of it has to do with Travis Kelsey.
Yep.
But you can only judge what you've seen from Mahomes. And when it comes down, like, yeah, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen were better than Mahomes last year. But if they were playing a game right now to go to the Super Bowl, I'm taking Pat Mahomes. It's that
Yep.
simple. He's done it every year,
I think Lamar is easily the most talented quarterback in the league.
for sure. For sure.
Like,
He should be a three-time MVP, by the way, which
yep.
would be more than Pat Mahomes. But for some reason, they decided to give Josh Allen Lamar's MVP.
Like if I'm playing backyard football and I have the first pick and I see Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and then I just build around one of those guys, I think I'm picking Lamar.
Yeah, I agree.
But
He
you
just
have the
has everything.
Chiefs being in such a great situation and Andy Reid and all that. Not that the Ravens don't, but yeah,
The Ravens
backyard
have a
football,
great the
street
Ravens
football, I'm
have a
picking
great
Lamar.
situation, but I think their situation is overrated because people ignore the fact that Lamar Jackson really had no wide receiver help for the first like 5 years of his career. He was throwing to nobody. He was throwing to Walmart employees,
BC's
carports.
own Zay Flowers, who I love. Another guy from Broward County who's a stud, but the guy does not do anything other than I mean, he gets a couple deep balls, but he's not that flashy of a receiver.
Josh,
Mahomes,
all right, but none of that really matters though, because if you're playing a big game, you're easily taking Mahomes over those guys, and you've got to take him over the other guys too,
I think
because he's
people
proven it.
confuse the flashy stats with winning plays sometimes. And yeah, Mahomes might not be your number one fantasy quarterback to like stat stuff,
He might
or
not put up 5,000 yards anymore like he used to, but he also didn't really have any receivers last year either. We can't ignore that either. His number one wide receiver went down in what, week 4?
nope. Xavier Worthy was his number one after that, probably.
Yeah, a rookie. And then Travis Kelsey, the fall off that he's had. I don't expect Mahomes to have a big year this year either. Like, if you're a fantasy guy, I'm not taking Patrick Mahomes as the number one quarterback. I don't think his stats are going to be that great. But when it comes down to it in a playoff game,
They lean on their
I'm going to,
defense, they get stops, and they play the right way. They have the
yeah.
ball last usually, 9 times out of 10.
And every time they have the ball last, you already know Patrick Mahomes he's gonna save the day. He's
It's
done it
like what I
time and
would
time
see
again.
with the Patriots every single time. They'd get the ball with like a minute 30, minute 45, and I'm just like, this is going
You
to be a,
already know. It's
yeah,
over. Tom Brady won.
you know. Very few times did I see it not work out, like in the Eagles Super Bowl, the Giants Super Bowl, but 9 times out of 10,
And we're saying a minute and 30. We've seen Patrick Mahomes down to 13 seconds. Remember that game against the Bills? He had 13 seconds
yep.
and he got the ball down the field to send it to overtime and then they won the game.
I think Gabe Davis just has that highlight tape going on at his house consistently, and he just looks back on it like, damn, I'll never have a game like that ever again in my life. And now he's probably at UCF, just like he's not even on an NFL team right now,
That's insane.
but he had one of the best playoff games of all time.
Yeah.
All right, that was fun. I think we kind of agreed and we disagreed, but we made it happen there, Rob. I'm proud of us. This is going to be
It
another
was nice.
section where
I
we're going
didn't
to have to agree. Go ahead.
I don't know about that one.
So we're going to
Top
do a
five tight
little,
ends.
yep, top 5 tight ends. I want to do a little Top five tight ends in NFL history, not currently, NFL history.
So all right, let's start
Start
at
at
five
one.
again.
Start at
Start
one.
at one. All
Yeah,
right,
because I
start
think
at one.
fifth. I think fifth is the most controversial.
All right, start at number one. I want to hear yours first. I want to hear your number one.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear.
All
It's
right,
the
you're
guy that
you're gonna
changed the
love me
game,
then. You're gonna love me.
Aaron Hernandez. All right, the other guy, Rob Gronkowski, probably the most iconic tight end of all time, most dominant football players of the 2010s era. This guy just went out there and won Super Bowls. He would play half the year, but he was still like it was clear cut that Rob Gronkowski is the most electric player at the tight end position that the league has ever seen. The guy would dominate, catch 3 touchdowns in the game. He'd probably tell you your mom was in his bedroom last night, and then he's gonna go stiff arm you into the turf and laugh at you and then spike the ball in your face. The guy was just like the most fun football player to watch growing up. I have like the nicest Gronkowski jersey. I have a nicer Gronkowski jersey than I do Brady. I have like the whole Super Bowl patch and everything on it, and that thing doesn't get touched. Gronk is one of my favorites ever. He's the number one tight end of all time. It's pretty clear. Go ahead, give me your number one.
You're gonna love me. Number one all time, Heath Miller. No, I'm playing. I had to
Okay.
do it again. I had to do it again. All right, number one all time, I had to go Rob Gronkowski. I was debating how I was gonna make my list, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. Rob Gronkowski is easily the most dominant tight end. Like if we're going peak for peak,
Yeah.
like I don't even nobody's even in the same stratosphere as this guy.
But I think what also people forget is he was also a dominant run blocker and pass blocker. Like he
Yes, he was a good
he
blocker too.
he did it both parts of the tight end position, not like Travis Kelsey where he just goes out and catches balls, but he was actually down and dirty in on the offensive line blocking like he's supposed to. And you did not want to get blocked by Rob Gronkowski. He's probably taking you damn to the woodshed out back if he's blocking you. All right, number two.
Number two, you got to go Tony Gonzalez here, right?
Yes, thank you.
How could you not? I was gonna put Tony Gonzalez at number one, and then I was like, you know what? Gronk's peak was just he was just too good. He was just too
Obviously,
good at it.
Tony revolutionized the whole thing, paved the
Yeah,
way for Gronk, but Gronk was better. But Tony Gonzalez, you're talking about a legend.
yeah. There was no other option. Like those have to be the top two for everybody. I feel like it's consensus.
How many years was Tony Gonzalez in the league? Had to be. Let me look.
I couldn't tell you, but it was definitely more than Gronk,
Yeah, I mean
obviously.
that's a given. Let's see how many years he played in the NFL.
17.
17. Like that's just
17 seasons.
consistency.
Yeah.
15,000 yards, 1,300 receptions, over 100 touchdowns. Dude
Like
was a monster. Even
not only does he have a not only does he have the peak, but he has the longevity to go with it.
exactly. He was catching 100 balls at the tight end position before that was even ever thought of, or like nobody ever thought a tight end would be catching 100, 99, like over 90 catches at all, especially in that time.
And then Gronk only played 11 seasons, and two of those were in Tampa after he came back out of retirement.
I just love the way that he played. But even like Tony G when he went to Atlanta was still good. Like
Yeah,
even towards the end of his career, like you got to give this guy credit for just being such a powerhouse and such an offensive like dominant player for so many years on different teams. I couldn't tell you a good quarterback that he had.
dude. Rob Gronkowski in 2011. Caught 90 passes for 1,300 yards and 17 touchdowns. That's wide receiver one numbers. That is absolutely insane.
What do you like? You can't guard him with anything. You have to double team him.
Nuts. Yeah,
The
you have to.
only tandem that I saw be able to stop Gronk legitimately was Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas. Like those are two of the best safeties of that era, and it took both of them to stop him, not
Yeah,
just
Cam
one.
Chancellor, one of the most physical safeties you're ever gonna see.
And Earl Thomas was the one that speared him and
Yeah,
got him out the game.
yeah, it's nuts.
All right, number 3. I think we go with T Swifty's boyfriend. What do you think?
Number three, yeah, I had Travis Kelsey at number three. Travis Swift. If they get married, bro, he's taking her name, bro.
I like Travis because he truly is a big body wide receiver. You know what I mean? Like he's just like a he's not even a real tight end. Like he chips off the line, but he's in the slot half the time. He's out wide. And I think he's one of the best route runners, but he has Patrick Mahomes as his fucking quarterback. That kind of helps get him in certain situations just with how he plays off the cuff, and he's always scrambling, and Travis always is finding the space in the defense, so I think that kind of helps him. But give me your take
Yeah.
on Travis.
I mean, pretty much the same thing. I mean, even before he had Patrick Mahomes, he was putting up big numbers. He was putting up like 1,100 yards. But once Patrick Mahomes came into the mix, he was like consistently over 1,000 yards every year, up
Hmm.
1,200, 1,300, 1,400, double digit touchdowns pretty much every season. And then obviously we know what he's done in the playoffs. He
Yeah,
delivers every year,
except for the um, Super Bowl last year.
except this past year. Yeah, he was he wasn't that great, but he's falling off. He's getting old. I'm so honestly like there was talk of him retiring. So you think
All
this
right,
is his
number
last year?
4.
You think this is the last year for Travis?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it should be.
I think it would have been last year if they won the three-peat.
I also think
But
he's
at the,
just like he's gonna play till his wheels fall off. He's such a big
exactly.
like the NFL might pay him just to like stay in the league and be keep them relevant with Taylor Swift. You know what I mean?
That's
The
true.
Illuminati.
He's getting you think he's getting a lot of under the table money?
I think he's getting a lot of stuff under the table, like Roger Goodell and Taylor Swift at the same time.
I could I could see that. I'm trying not to see that, but I can see that.
All right, number
Hmm.
4.
Number four, Antonio Gates.
Thank you. Yep,
Okay.
easily.
Number four, Antonio Gates. So we have the same top four. It's pretty much like the quarterbacks. We have pretty much the same top of the list.
Antonio Gates getting inducted to the Hall of Fame this year. You got to give him his credit. He was like a he wasn't he was like a barn burner. Like he would go out there running deep routes and outbox like box you out and go catch those jump balls. I thought that was like super exciting when we were kids with him, Ladainian Tomlinson, Philip Rivers. That Chargers team was fun.
Yeah, for sure. It's a shame that they never really were able to win anything, but in the AFC, you just weren't getting anything. It was
Yeah,
Tom
no.
Brady, it was Peyton Manning, and when it wasn't Brady and Manning, it was Ben Roethlisberger.
Yep.
So he was just never able to break through there.
All right, you're fifth.
LaShannon Sharp. I got LaShannon Sharp at number five.
I'm
Liddy.
going. I'm going with Kittle.
George Kittle.
Yeah.
That's fair. I considered putting Kittle at number 5.
I think
He would have been an
he just
honorable
doesn't get
mention.
he doesn't get enough love for how
He
good he
doesn't.
is.
He's the best tight end in the league right now, easily.
Yeah.
Like he's better than Travis Kelsey is right now.
And he's been a top 3 receiver or top 3 tight end for probably the last 6, 7 years.
Yeah, pretty much. Like yeah, as far as I can remember.
And when Kittle's having a day, he's having a day, dude. Like he's catching 2 touchdowns. There was a game last year he caught 3, I think. Like this guy is dominant, and he's
And
out there.
he's willing to do the dirty work, unlike
Right, he's a
Travis.
true tight end.
Yeah.
Like he plays defense. He plays offensive lot, or he plays in the run game, like blocking, and you'll see him out there blocking for Brock Purdy too. I think he's the ultimate like modern two-way tight end, like to do it all. But Shannon Sharp, are you crazy, dude?
Bro, this Josh comment has me rolling, bro.
It's facts though. All right, I
Greg
want to get to
Olson.
this.
Greg Olson.
No,
Uh,
he's good. He's not as good as George Kittle. I will put him over Shannon Sharp though.
I saw somebody put what was his name? The dude that played for the Saints.
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Peak.
I saw
Jimmy
I
Graham had a
saw
top 5 peak for any tight end easily. But like
I saw a few people put him at number 5.
but if you're going for like them at their best, Jimmy Graham's a top 5 tight end. But if you're going for like top 5 tight end of all time based on like what they've done for like in their whole entire career, Jimmy Graham kind of just like he was a flash in the pan for a little bit.
Jason Witten. I mean, there's a lot of good tight ends. There's only 5 spots though. Like you got to leave somebody out. Like the top 4 is untouchable. It was just
I
that
think
5th
Jason
spot.
Witten was good. He was consistent. I don't think he's better than Kittle though.
Josh is taking Olson and Witten
There was a year that I'm looking at it right
over
now that Jason Witten had 110 catches, 1,039 yards, and how many touchdowns?
Jason Witten.
Yes, he went off that year. Still, I'm taking Kittle over him. Sorry. All right, let's go. Let's do our QB RB duos
Are
the
we
current
sure?
time.
Are we sure that any of those guys? Are we sure that any of those guys are better than Heath Miller though?
Yes, Pat Fryermuth is better than Heath Miller.
All right, don't get disrespectful, bro. Pat Fryermuth is a
And
great tight end, by the way.
so
But
is
let's
Benjamin
move on.
Watson.
Yeah, let's move on.
Keep 3, cut 3, RB duos. We're gonna have to agree on this. We're gonna go down the list, and we're gonna say if we keep or cut. All right. We
Yes,
have to agree.
I'm right.
We can't just like fight it out. We have to agree. Gino and
I
Genti.
mean, we've agreed on a lot today, so we
We
might
have
actually end up agreeing.
Gino and Genti out of the 6. Are you keeping or are you cutting that duo out in Las Vegas? I think we got to cut it.
I think we have to cut it just because these other duos are like you put a stacked lineup for us.
The chat doesn't know that we know the other duos. So we just got to go
Yeah,
down the list and like we're blindly ranking them. All right. Just
we're cutting.
act
We're
like you
cutting.
don't know. Okay.
I have no idea what's going on. So Geno Smith he had some really good years the last couple years.
Yeah.
He had a resurgence. You could see a little bit of a fall off, especially now that he's in Vegas of all places with the Raiders. That's just bad juju being on the Raiders in general. It's kind of like being on the Jets, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ashton Genty, I expect him to be an absolute monster, but he's also a rookie,
Yep.
so you just don't know.
You can't put him in a top three RB QB duo right off rip.
You can't.
I don't. I don't think Gino's gonna have a bad year in Vegas. I just don't think they have enough around him to like for him to really put up numbers. And I think Genty's gonna eventually be a star, but I don't think he's gonna have the coming out party that people might think, just with like how bad the offensive line is. But I think they might be bad this year, and they might be competing for a top 10 pick, top 5 pick, maybe even. And this RB duo and QB duo might be like a arch or not Arch Manning, but you might have a young QB in here next year, and this duo might be something that we're gonna have to worry about for years to come. So let's not jump the gun on it. If Gino doesn't have a good year, then they're gonna have a young quarterback coming in. But I don't think that they're gonna crack this top three QB RB duos right off rip. Let's go to Green Bay. Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs.
Wouldn't love Josh Jacobs. It gets a little bit more intense right here.
I
But
think you got to
gonna
keep it.
have I'm gonna have to cut him, bro.
You want to cut him?
I'm gonna have to cut.
Let's talk this through. Let's talk this out a little bit. Josh Jacobs had one of the best years out of any running back last year. Carried this team. Jordan Love with a good wide receiver core might this year crack this top three. I want you to really think about this. Josh Jacobs, I think he had over 15 touchdowns last year. I think he's carrying this duo. I think you might have to put this in the top three.
He's carrying this duo, but I gotta cut him, bro. I just have to. I have to cut him, bro. We can't
So
agree on
I
everything.
guess I'll agree with Rob and we'll cut him. But I don't really agree with Rob, and I think you got to put him in the top three. But we'll cut him. We'll cut
We're
him.
gonna cut him. They're cut. Do your side work and go home. You're cut.
Let's go down to Tampa Bay with Baker Mayfield and Bucky Irving.
I gotta keep this one.
You got to keep it.
I gotta keep this one. Baker Mayfield, his resurgence in Tampa
Yep.
has just been amazing. Jordan Love can be better than Baker Mayfield very soon, but at this current time, he's just not.
Yeah, he's not. Talk to me. Bucky,
Josh
top 10,
Jacobs,
top 10 running back
Bucky,
this year. I think he already
I
was
would say
last
that.
year, towards the end
Yeah,
of the
he had
year.
over 1,100 yards. He had 8 touchdowns as a rookie. You should
All right, you're
expect him to be
speaking to me
even
now.
better.
I think they're better
You should
than the Love
expect
and
him to be
Jacobs
even better.
duo.
Exactly, bro. And then he had 47 catches on top of it for almost 400 receiving yards. So over 1,500 yards of offense from Bucky
Maybe I'm
Irving.
just mad at Bucky because I drafted Rashad White in a couple leagues last year and he just did not pan out. But Bucky Irving and Baker Mayfield, I think you got to lock that in as a top three running back QB duo. I think you're right. You
Now you're
convinced me
talking. Now you're
because you got
talking.
to. You could have two top 10 guys in their respective positions. Maybe in that they might be in that 5 to 10 range in both of their positions, but they're there. And you put them together, I think we might see them have a really good year this year. I think they'll put up more numbers than the Love and Jacobs duo. I think you're right.
Yeah, because yes, because Jacobs is better than Irving,
Mm-hmm.
but like we said, Bucky Irving is he's already coming up. He's already a really good running
He
back,
was
and
a rookie, yeah.
he's already a really good running back, and he's going to be even better next year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think as of now, is a decent sized gap between Mayfield and Love.
Hmm.
Enough for me to want to keep them over Love and Jacobs. And quarterback is obviously a more important position than running back anyway. So you got to take the quarterback advantage there.
So once we get our keep three, I want us to rank the three just real quick. But they're in the keep section. Bucky and
Yes.
Bucky and Baker. Let's go to Detroit. Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs. I think this is pretty simple.
Come on, bro. Do we even have to say it?
I think they're
Punt that.
probably number
No, I'm
one.
playing.
I think, yeah, you got to keep them.
You got to keep them, but I'm not sure about the number one thing. We'll hold off on that because we
Yep.
don't know what I don't know what the rest of the list is. You
Yeah, we
know?
have no idea. We have no
Yeah,
idea. It's all whatever our producer just puts up in our mind. Like we have an earpiece, so we have no idea what is
yeah.
coming up on the list.
I'm waiting for the
Um,
intel
Goff and Gibbs. I think Gibbs has a chance to be one of the best running backs in football this year. Jared Goff showed he's a top 10 quarterback last year. I think it's pretty simple that they have one of the best offenses in the entire league, and these two
for
guys
sure.
are at the helm of it. Jahmyr Gibbs scored 20 touchdowns. 20 last year. This guy's a
I mean, yeah,
stud.
you got a top three running back in the league. Yeah, I'm definitely putting Gibbs as a top three running back
Yep.
at worst.
Mm-hmm.
He could be higher than three by the end of this season. Top
Yep.
three running back. And then you have Jared Goff, who I put as mine. We both put him number 9 on the quarterback list.
Mm-hmm.
You combine a number 3 running back with a top 10 quarterback, and then all the weapons around them with Montgomery, Amon Ra, JMO. There's just weapons all over. It opens up the field. You have
Yeah.
to keep them. That could be
I
the
think
best. Yeah, that could. You're right. You almost had me saying that could be the best running back quarterback duo, but I'm
I
not
think
going to
that
go there.
I think they are, but we're gonna move on to Buffalo. I'm getting the message in my earpiece right now. We're going Josh Allen and James Cook. James Cook on a little holdout right now. But is this your number one? Are you cracking them as number one best quarterback RB duo in the league?
I put them as the number one duo on this list, not in the league.
What's the one in the league?
Should I elaborate? Number one in the league, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Like that's not even debatable.
I don't know how that's on the list. We're gonna say that's on the list going down. It's gonna be the last one on the list, all right?
I mean, but in that case, I wouldn't even put Allen and Cook at number two.
Who are you putting at one? Or at two then?
The reigning Super Bowl champs, Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley.
So we might have to adjust this. Okay, so we're going one, Lamar and Henry,
Yes,
two, Hertz and Saquon,
yes.
three, let's find our third in this group.
Three, I'm putting Allen and Cook, Josh Allen and James Cook,
Okay. All right, that's our
because James Cook
revised
is a
list.
beast. Hopefully, I mean, actually, I'm hoping that James Cook doesn't sign with them. I'm hoping that he keeps holding out and that he doesn't play for the Bills because I fucking hate the Bills.
Yeah. If
But
that
if you're
happens,
a
the
Bills
Patriots are
fan,
winning the AFC East. I'm just gonna put that out there. I didn't stutter. James Cook doesn't play for the Bills this year. Patriots are winning the AFC East.
bro, like you said, you could be the Bills running back and they're still winning that division.
No. I'm glad we got our list. I don't know what our producer was doing on this list, leaving out Henry and Lamar and Hertz and Saquon. I don't know what happened there, but
Yeah, bro. Who even is our producer?
I think they got to work on it. They got to revise this list here. And whoever's
for sure.
going over our kind of outline here, they need some work too. You know what I mean? Somebody could have let
Yeah,
me know that I missed a couple things on that.
yeah.
That's
I
your fault.
mean, I I didn't think you were actually putting. I didn't think you wanted to put the three best duos on the list. I
Oh,
thought
you
you were
thought
just
it?
putting duos.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it was
I
kind
thought
of
you were just.
obvious.
I thought you were just putting duos off the top of your head.
All right, let's move on. This was a whole bunch of offense we were talking all day today, but let's knock this out and then we'll wrap up. We wanted to get to this last week. I think it's a super exciting. Go ahead.
Why didn't we go over the last duo, bro? Michael Penix and Bijan Robinson.
Um, because I think that's for the kids that play
Dog,
Madden that they really
bro.
like that duo. But
I'm not even taking that duo over Drew Aller and Nick Singleton. Get the hell
yes,
out of
you
here.
are. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I think they're going to make some noise in the NFC South this year. I'm really excited for that team. Big
Let me
Michael
clear it
Penix
up.
fan. Pasco County,
No,
stand up.
Bijan Robinson he's proven himself. Michael Penix, he has to prove himself. I'm not saying he can't, but based on what I've seen, like, bro, give me Drew Aller and Nick Singleton over those two.
Michael Penix is a couple years away from being a full polished quarterback and being a top 10 quarterback in the league. I'll put that statement out right now. In 2 years, Michael Penix will be a top 10 quarterback. Think he just
2027.
I think he just has the arm talent, unlike I think he has the arm talent in guys like Burrow and Mahomes and Herbert kind of category as just like pure arm talent to be able to get the ball where they want to. And he's a lefty. So that's just my take on Mike Penix. And I think Bijan and him with Drake London is a damn good trio. And Kyle Pitts, you can't forget about that guy. It's his year this year.
We'll see. I mean, I'm not.
I'm joking.
I'm
Every
not
year
on the
is Kyle
Falcons
Pitts'
hype
year.
train. I feel like there's a lot of hype right now behind the Falcons to have a good year. I'm just not buying it. I'm not
You'll see.
buying what everyone's selling.
You'll see. All right.
Maybe.
We're not that old, but we've watched some ball for the last, our whole life. So we're gonna do a little past versus present wide receiver edition. I wanted to do it last week with our old head Gene because he wanted to bring up like guys from like the 50s and 60s because those were his favorite players when he grew up. So I'm glad it's just me and you. We could talk a little bit more modern history. We don't have to like take the dust off the record books for anything. We can just look back at what we remember. So, wide receiver edition, past versus present. Let's start in Philadelphia. I didn't want to put AJ Brown in this. I wanted to put Devontae Smith and Deshaun Jackson because I think they play kind of similar positions, the deep ball and kind of just speed racer type receivers. So, who are you taking? Speed versus kind of, I think Devontae is more precision than Deshaun Jackson was speed. So, who are you taking?
So tough. I'm not gonna lie.
This is a tough one. This is going to be a tough little like argument here who we're taking. This is going to be fun. I think you take G-Jax. If it's
Yeah,
me.
I gotta go Deshaun Jackson right now. I'm not Devontae Smith can get there. He has all the talent in the world. He can get there.
Devontae
But
Smith
I
might have a more
gotta
iconic play with the Super Bowl touchdown. I think that kind of
Devontae
boosts him.
Smith.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I gotta lean D-Jax though. Because not only was he a great receiver, but we saw how explosive he was in the return game too.
Yeah.
Like honestly, if you're thinking of Deshaun Jackson, the first play you think of is a punt return.
Mm-hmm. for sure.
We all know which one I'm talking about. That one against the Giants
And then the
to didn't
second
that
one is the
eliminate?
70-yarder from Mike Vick from the end zone, just in the
Yes,
air.
against
That's number
Washington.
two. That's number
Yes,
two because that play was fucking disgusting.
bro. It's like we're reading each other's minds right now. It's kind
Yeah,
of insane. Djax, I'm taking Djax over Smith for now.
just more
Come back
iconic.
to
I
me
think
next year, and we'll see.
that shady years with him, shady, like those are iconic teams. Those were super fun.
You know what I also just thought of? Djax. Remember when Djax went to the Buccaneers?
Mm-hmm.
The first NFL game that I went to, I saw the Buccaneers play the Steelers in Tampa on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Steelers went up big. They were up big at the half. I forgot what the score was, but they were up by a lot. I think it was like 27-3 or something, or 27
Mm-hmm.
to 10. They ended up winning the game by like a field goal. But anyways, Deshaun Jackson in that game had like an 80-yard kick return for a touchdown that got called back for some BS holding call. Obviously, I'm a Steelers fan, so I was happy about it.
Yeah,
But
but still, it was a sight to
being
see.
able to,
You'll never
yeah,
forget that.
being able to see it in person, like the explosiveness, like Deshaun Jackson's just a special player.
Yep. And that's over a guy that won a Heisman Trophy and Super Bowl ring. There's not a lot of guys that are like Devontae Smith, but I think Devontae Smith is a clear number two receiver in that Eagles offense, and Deshaun Jackson was clear number one for many years. And I don't think Eagles fans are going to be mad that we picked Deshaun Jackson over Devontae Smith. All right, think this one's going to be a fun one because I think Nico Collins versus Andre Johnson slash DeAndre Hopkins because I think I put both of those as kind of like 1-1 in Houston history, Andre Johnson and DeAndre Hopkins. Are you picking Nico Collins over any of those three?
Phil Collins against D Hop and Andre Johnson. I think Nico is going to peak higher than D Hop,
Okay. I don't think that's crazy.
but I think I'm going to go Andre Johnson here. I
All
remember
timer.
watching a lot of I remember watching a lot of Andre Johnson growing up. Like if you look at his peak, he has 3 seasons over 1,500 yards.
Who was his quarterback? Matt Schaub?
Yes, he was
What
putting
the
up those
fuck?
numbers with Matt Schaub.
Could you
Those were the
imagine
numbers he was putting up
if
with
he had
Matt
a
Schaub.
real quarterback?
Like there was a time where we were looking at Andre Johnson as possibly the second best receiver in the league
Yep.
behind Megatron.
Yep. With Matt Schaub as his quarterback.
So I'm going Nico over D Hop, but I gotta go Andre Johnson over Nico.
The guy could do
I think
everything on the field.
I think Nico is going to have a great peak in a few years. I think he's going to have a really big year this year, actually, especially with Tank Dell being out. He's going to
Yep.
have monster numbers. And I
Mm-hmm.
think he has a better quarterback for sure than Andre Johnson did when he was in the league.
Easily. I
And
miss
not
that
only
era
that,
of receivers, of the big X receivers like Calvin Johnson, Julio, Andre Johnson. Those are just AJ Green. Like we used to have guys that would actually bully corners and put them into the dirt and out jump them and go score touchdowns. I miss that era. Nico Collins reminds me of it though, for sure.
and then Nico, he's only what, a fifth year receiver,
Mm-hmm.
and you got CJ Stroud entering his third year. So they're
And
going to
nobody
be playing
expected Nico
together
to be this good. Like
yeah,
Nico is way ahead of what anybody ever thought he was going to be.
for sure. And then this duo is going to be amazing. I think CJ Stroud and Nico Collins is going to be a great duo for years to come.
Easily.
And then you got to throw Tank Dell back in there too, though, when he gets healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got a great that's a great trio right there.
And for our fantasy guys, Jaden Higgins, expect him to have a good year down there in Texas. He was a wide receiver for Iowa State. Played with this guy Rocco Beck, who went to my high school and where I also played with. And Jaden Higgins monster receiver over there in Iowa State, and I think he's going to have a good year with Nico Collins and CJ Stroud. All right, let's go down the list. We talked about this a little bit. I feel like this Malik Neighbors versus Odell Beckham Jr. I think we're like comparing rookie wide receiver seasons, but just if you have to pick one of these two guys on your team, Malik Neighbors versus Odell Beckham Jr., we're doing the LSU versus LSU comparison here. Who are you taking, Rob?
Give me, damn, give me Malik Neighbors for sure.
Mm,
Unless he somehow has a fall off like Odell, because I remember when we did this a few weeks back, like you said,
yeah,
and Odell he peaked as a rookie, which is unfortunate. But not to say he didn't have a good career because he had a lot of good years. But it just so happens that his best year was as a rookie. And then we already saw what Malik Neighbors did last year as a rookie with no fucking quarterback throwing to him.
right.
If they get any decent young quarterback to build, Jaxson Dart maybe could be the guy. I know we don't really, more so you don't really believe in him that much. I don't know if he's going to be a franchise guy, but
But this
hopefully
would
they could
help
at
him.
least build some chemistry. Yeah, exactly.
This
Having a
helps
guy
him.
like Malik Neighbors, because I think Malik Neighbors is like a top five receiver in the league. Not right
Mm-hmm.
now, but in
He
the
will be.
future,
Yep.
he's definitely going to be a top five receiver. Unless for some reason he falls off after his rookie year, like Odell Beckham Jr. did. But I'm going Neighbors
Yeah. If you're not a white girl that just likes light skins with curly hair and tattoos, think you and you actually like football, you're picking Malik Neighbors here. You know what I mean?
here.
I mean, Odell had the flashiness of his one-handed catches and might be one of the most iconic plays in NFL history. But if you were just going pound for pound what this guy does on a week-to-week basis, Odell had a great rookie year. But I think Malik Neighbors has the career, like you're saying, trajectory to be a top five receiver for the next 6, 7 years. No, like TikTok edit, pun intended there, but 6, 7 years, he's going to be one of the top five receivers in football. And without a quarterback, he showed us what he could do last year. So I'm excited
110 catches. 110 catches, 1,200 yards as a rookie
on a
with that
booty
horrible
offense.
offense that they have. Like Malik Neighbors he's literally, you know the meme, bro. The Lamborghini on the freaking,
It's a Bugatti in the trailer park. Yeah.
yeah, the Bugatti in the trailer park.
Mm-hmm.
That's Malik Neighbors.
All right. Let's go to Cincinnati. Jamar Chase or AJ Green.
No disrespect to AJ Green, but like I don't even have to think about this. Jamar Chase easily.
Yeah, if we were playing T. Higgins versus AJ Green, AJ, you'd have a better fight. But this, we're talking about the best receiver in football for the past like 3 years.
Purple Crown.
Yeah, you'll never peak like this guy.
Yeah,
Think you got to go Jamar easily. Just the peak is higher.
for sure.
AJ AJ
But
was
shout out AJ. Definitely a forgotten about wide receiver. Nobody really talks about him. I mean, obviously, I watched a lot of him as a Steelers fan, playing him a few times every season, even a couple playoff matchups. So I've seen a lot of AJ Green. He's done a
but
lot of
maybe
bad
if you
things.
swapped quarterbacks for these two receivers, their careers would look different. Like if you put Joe Burrow with AJ Green and you put freaking Carson Palmer with Jamar Chase, I still think Jamar would put up numbers, but it wouldn't be the same as with Joe Burrow. This is one of the best passing quarterbacks in the entire league. I think that helps Jamar's numbers a hell of a lot.
100%.
All right,
But
last on the list.
we can only go off what we see.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah,
All right, the last one, which I think is probably the biggest debate out of these two, Justin Jefferson or Randy Moss. This is probably the hardest pick.
I gotta I can't disrespect the OG like this. We're talking about
If
a top two wide receiver of all time.
Yep.
Obviously, Justin Jefferson, he's on that trajectory, honestly.
Yep.
He's on the trajectory. But until he actually gets there, I'm going to keep saying Randy Moss.
It's hard, even with how good Justin Jefferson is, to put him over somebody that
He's
just
so good.
revolutionized
Like,
the
he's
position for
so
so
good.
long. Yeah.
But you just can't put him over Randy Moss. You can't do it.
I mean, he was in his own category for like 10, 15 years in the NFL. Like, it was Randy Moss and then everybody else. And it still
And
will
then
be like that way
we saw what
to this
happened when
day.
he got Tom Brady, too. That's a record that still stands. What was it, 23 touchdowns?
I can remember the day that my dad got me that Randy Moss jersey, and I was wearing it almost every week to school. I opened that shit Christmas morning, and I was like, "This is my favorite football player forever." No, he was a cheat code. The
Yeah, for
one-handed
sure.
catch over Revis is probably one of my favorite plays watching that live.
Yeah.
That Brady
Shout out
and
Revis, though, because Darrell Revis actually did a really good job on Randy Moss in a lot of their matchups.
yeah, he did. But Moss is better.
Moss mossed him. That's what he does.
All right, I think that's gonna wrap up another good show. I don't think we really have too much more to talk about. We're running a little late, so I'd say we wrap up.
And NBA schedule. NBA schedule is coming out soon. We got a little bit of the leaks. The Christmas Day schedule is out, and then we
Yep,
got the opening night schedule. So opening night we have Houston at Oklahoma City, which is going to be great. Kevin Durant's going to go into Oklahoma City and watch them raise their banner and get their rings, which is
that's a
something
great
that he
start.
could never do for that organization.
Hmm.
And then we have Lakers Warriors. I forgot who's at home for that game. But obviously, the NBA was going to put Lakers Warriors, Steph Curry, LeBron James. They're going to milk those two guys for as long as they possibly can until they're no longer in the league.
Hmm.
Even though we know both of those teams probably shouldn't be playing on opening night, but they have Steph Curry and LeBron James. So you
Correct.
can't hate them.
Yep.
And then the Christmas Day matchups, what did you think about those? You know who's playing? We got the Knicks and the Cavs.
Okay. I don't know
We
who
got
else.
the
I can pull up
Timberwolves and the
Shams though.
Nuggets. Forgot what all the matchups are, but we got Timberwolves Nuggets, which is always going to be fun. Obviously, they got to get Anthony Edwards on there, one of the superstars coming up in the league. They had to put him on there.
Yep.
Spurs and Thunder.
I like
Obviously, you
that.
got to go Oklahoma City. They even went San Antonio last year, which I thought was ridiculous because they didn't deserve it. But you know
Hmm.
why they're doing it. They're trying to hype up Wembenyama, get everybody on the train so that after Curry and LeBron retire, they have a new person to glaze.
I like the KD LeBron matchup with the Rockets versus Lakers.
Rockets Lakers, yeah, that's going to be a good one. Because
Um,
we're obviously the Lakers are going to be on Christmas.
and then Mavs versus Golden State. I don't mind that either. I like the
Mavs
Luca
Golden
versus
State,
Curry.
Luca
I
versus
said Luke.
Curry.
Oh my God. The Cooper Flag versus Curry.
Yeah. We got Coop versus Curry, the rookie against the legend.
Yep.
It's a pretty good slate. You can't be mad at it. Um, Obviously, it's disappointing not to see our Celtics on there, but I didn't expect to see them on Christmas anyway with Jason Tatum being out. I kind of figured we weren't going to be on Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'm not too mad at that. We'll be back next year, obviously, when JT returns.
I'm not mad
It's a
about it.
pretty good slate. Cavs, Knicks. I don't like either of those teams, but if you're looking at it from a pure basketball standpoint, that's a great matchup.
Top two teams in the East. Which I think they're not even that good, but they're going to be the top two teams in the East. But I think they'll
Top
lose
two
to
teams
whatever
in the
Western
East.
Conference Finals, whatever Western Conference team faces them in the finals.
Top two teams in the East. I think, yeah. You got to go with them. They're the only two teams that are proven. Orlando, I wouldn't be surprised if the Magic give both of those teams trouble, but you got to see it first, you
Those
know?
are the only two Eastern Conference teams on this Christmas Day slate. It shows
Yeah.
you how much the West is just running the league and how much more competitive it is because you got to put the top two teams in the East to face each other to even get any views. You're not putting Miami, you're not putting Philly, you're not putting Boston. Is you got Cleveland and New York, and then the rest of the Western
Philly,
Conference.
Philly is a team that would have been there if they weren't so awful last year
Yeah, but
because
nobody
they
wants
were
to
even
watch
on
Philly.
Christmas last season.
Yeah,
But then Embiid's injured the whole season. Paul George is out almost the whole season. And then at this point, there's just too many unknowns with that team. And then Orlando is really
right.
the only other team that would have been worthy. But the NBA doesn't respect the Magic at all.
They just
They
don't
don't
get
give a shit.
enough views as like a nationally broadcasted team to be able to put them on Christmas Day,
Like, if
no
we're
matter
being
how
honest,
competitive they are.
the Magic could easily be on that Christmas Day slate over the Spurs.
Yeah,
They
you
have a
could
better
argue them
team.
over the Mavericks next year and Golden State.
Yeah. The Magic are a better team than the Spurs. And I think they have a better superstar. He just doesn't get as much hype as Wemby, but
Hmm.
he's better than him.
For
And
now,
then Dallas, they're going to be better than Dallas.
and Golden State.
They're probably going to be better than the Warriors. Although I'm pretty high on Golden State. I think they're going to be really good. I still think the Warriors would have beaten the Timberwolves if it wasn't for the injuries, but we'll never know.
Never know. All right, this
But
the show's getting long. Let's wrap up. We
yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. As
we
for
kind of hit
all
everything.
those, yeah, we hit everything. As for the schedule leaks, the full schedule is going to be out in a few days, probably Wednesday or Thursday. So look for that. We'll be going over that next week, of course.
Yep,
And then we'll
we're
be
three
going
weeks
over a
away,
lot.
3 Sundays away from football, guys. We're almost there,
Almost
and
there.
then
Only two more Saturdays without it.
we're
Only
getting
two
through
more
the
Saturdays.
tough dog days of summer with the pod, so we're trying to we're trying to have some fun, exciting things to talk about. But when it's actual football season, we can't wait to give you guys all the content across the whole network, all the pop sports. We're getting geared up for this fun time of playoff baseball. You got the basketball season starting to roll around, and then NFL. So it's going to be fun. Thanks for sticking with us through the summer. We're excited for more content to be pushing out with the shorts. Keep showing love on those. All the new subscribers we appreciate. So it's only up from here. We started with nothing. Now we're almost at 500 subscribers here. Instagram just crossed 1,000. So we really appreciate all the love that we're getting. So we're gonna keep it up. We're gonna keep putting on these good shows for you guys, and me and Rob are excited for the fun time of the sports season to be able to put on some more good debates and give you our best takes. So, you got anything before we let out?
That's pretty much it. Like you said, the sports world is heating up. Football is going to be back in a couple weeks. And then before you know it, basketball is going to be back too. And right around that same time, baseball is going to be heating up for the playoffs. October is like the best month of the year for sports. You got to love it.
Yeah, and maybe we'll have some content at games. Like Rob's gonna be at a lot of Magic games, a lot of Bucks games. I'm gonna try to catch a playoff game in Boston, so you'll be able to
Going to
see
be
the
at a
environment and
Yankees
the fandom come out of both of us a little bit more than what you
for
guys have
sure.
seen.
I'm going to be at a Yankees Rays game next week, next Tuesday. I'm not as excited as I was a couple weeks ago. I'm not going to lie, because the Yankees have been piss poor, but we'll be there. Look for some content maybe with that. And then I'll be in New York in a few weeks for the US Open and the Steelers and Jets opener and a Yankees Blue Jays game. So look out for some short content with that too.
You'll see Rob drinking the honeydew, whatever that is, at the U.S. Open. I just want to see you eating those cantaloupe balls. All right. You know what I'm
I'm
talking
gonna be
about?
getting lit, bro. I'm gonna be at the
You know the drink that they have there at
yeah.
the U.S. Open? They're like known
I
for
think I
having.
saw it a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's like a purple. I forget what it like what's in it, but it's got like the little tennis ball honeydews things on top. I just want to see you eat one. Just send. You don't have to post it to the whole world. Just I want to me and you private chat. All right.
Oh, I got you, baby. Bro, I'm gonna be there for the men's semifinal, so I'm gonna be there all day. Gotta get lit for sure.
Yep. I hope you see some Alcaraz. All right. Let's peace out on this. I'll talk to you guys later. See you next week. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Peace out, boys and
Appreciate
girls.
y'all watching. We're out.